Today's lesson is exponents and division. Yesterday was exponents and multiplication, but today it's division. If multiplication, you add the exponents. What do you think you're going to do with division? You're going to do the opposite, which is subtract the exponents. So, another thing you need to know is you cannot have a negative exponent when you're finished with your math. So we'll go over some options of how to get rid of a negative exponent. Dividing powers with the same base. So again, it has to have the same base. The base is a bigger number, and the exponent is the tiny number at the top on the right-hand side. To divide numbers or variables with the same base, subtract the exponents. So I have, it says 4 to the 5th divided by 4 to the 5th divided by 4 to the 2nd. So our 4 is our base, and we're going to keep it. And then we subtract, because we're dividing, you subtract the exponent, so which would be 5 minus 2, and that equals 4 to the 3rd power. Big chance for our answers today. We will find out what 4 to the 3rd power equals. Again, 0 as an exponent. If you have a number to the 0 power, it will equal 1. We discussed this before in our lessons before. Negative exponents. If you have a negative exponent, you're going to, if it's not already, put it into a fraction. So you're going to make 3 to the negative 2 power. You're going to put it over 1 because we want to make it a fraction. And to make it into a positive exponent, I'm going to bring it down to the bottom, like I did here. And if there's no other numbers on top, it's going to equal 1 on top. So it would be 1 over 3 over 2. If it was on the bottom, you need to bring it to the top. So we'll see how they want you to do this for your homework tonight. We'll check it out. Let's see how we want to do this. Okay. Now, it's saying simplify. So if you do have a base that is a number, you're going to find out what the answer is after you did all the work. But step 1 is you take your similar base. That would be negative 8 on this first one. I'm going to make it a different color. I'll make it blue. Negative 8. And you're going to subtract the exponents, which would be 8 minus 5. And 8 minus 5 is what? It's 3. So you have negative 8 to the 3rd power. Now you're going to do your math. I'm going to do it over on the side, on the left-hand side. So I'm going to have negative 8 times negative 8. Times negative 8. Notice it's in parentheses, so you have to keep the negative with it. So negative 8 times negative 8 is 64, times negative 8 is negative 512. All right. B, you have your base is 10. And you're going to subtract the exponents, so it's going to be 7 minus 4. You have to show your work like this. It just helps the teachers understand what you did or did not do correctly. So it's going to be 10. 7 minus 4 is 3. And that would be 10 times 10 times 10. This is 100 times 10, which is 1,000. Okay, C. Your base here is only x. And you go 25 minus 18. You're subtracting your exponents. So x to the 7th power. And that's all you could do. We don't have another number to find out the answer to it. Okay, D. You first start off with those. And you're going to reduce it. And 3 goes into 12 evenly. But I'm going to reduce it, so I'm going to leave it 4m to the 8th over 1m. Now, 4 divided by 1 is 4. And then I take m, and I'm going to subtract the exponents. Oh, what's the exponent of the bottom number? It is a hidden 1. So you're going to go 8 minus 1. 8 minus 1. So 4m, 8 minus 1 is 7. E, your base is negative 8. And you go 8 minus 8. Negative 8 to the 0 power. What does any number or any variable to the 0 power equal? It equals 1, not 0, 1. All right, we're going to reduce these. And I can reduce 6 and 18 into 1/3. And then I have b to the 7th and b to the 7th. And then I'm going to bring both the b to the 7th to the top. So it's going to be 1 over b to the 7th minus 7. You always bring it to the top, not to the bottom. Over 3. And then you have 1, too big. 1. b 7 minus 7 is 0 cubed. What does to the 0 power equal again? That equals 1. So you're going to cross it out and make it 1. So 1 times 1 is 1 over 3. So it's 1/3. I got rid of the b's. G. Now this time the number has a variable with it. And the base, there are two bases. The 5s are on both the top and the bottom. So we're going to bring everything to the top. So you have 5 squared minus, what is the exponents to this 5? Remember, it's always going to be a hidden. If it's hidden, it's a hidden 1. So it's 5, 2 minus 1 times x. When you subtract the exponents on the x's, that's 5 minus 5. And 5, 2 minus 1 is 1. And x, 5 minus 5, 0. What happens when your exponent is a 0 again? It becomes 1, so you could just cross it out. And a number to the exponent of 1 is always going to be that number. So 5 to the 1 power is 5. That's your answer. H. Oh, they already have the exponent to a 0 power. So again, what does any number to the 0 power equal? It equals 1. So you can cross out x to the 0 power. That 0 power does not go to 5. It's just, so what's left over is 5. This one's a little different. Now we have it where you might not get a positive exponent. So we need to fix that problem. So we'll go over that. So we're bringing it up right now, so we have to subtract them. So our base is 5, and we're going to go 3 minus 5, and that equals 5 to the 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Again, if you have a negative exponent, you're going to put it over a fraction. Now this is how I keep it where I know what to do. I'm going to box the number that has a negative exponent with it. So this is a negative exponent. So it's on top of the fraction. And I know what I need to do to make it a positive. I'm going to bring it, if it's on top, you're going to bring it down to the bottom. So, what's left on top? A 1 is. It's a hidden 1. I'm going to bring it down kind of like where the arrow is pointing. 1. And now what's going on the bottom is now the 5, and make it a positive number, so it's 5 squared. So it's going to be 1 to the 25th power. We're simplifying it. So if you have, again, you have a number, you have to answer what 5 squared equals. Let's try it again. I'm going to bring it back to blue. So our base is A, and we're going to subtract the first top number by the bottom number. So A, if you don't like the way I did my A, please notice you can do it the other A. 7 minus 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So negative 4. Now it's a negative exponent again. So I'm going to make it into a fraction. Putting a 1 at the bottom. Then I'm going to box up the number that has the negative exponent. And since it's on the top of the fraction, I'm going to bring it to the bottom of the fraction. So what's left on top now? Nothing, because there's no other numbers, so it's going to be 1 on the top, and now a to the 4th on the bottom. Because when it goes from the top, if it's a negative exponent, down to the bottom, it changes it to a positive exponent. Let's try k together. All right. We're bringing everything to the top. So m, and then we subtract the exponents. So 3 minus 8, and then you have n, and then you subtract those. 2 minus 4. Always the top number goes first when you subtract. So m, okay, 3 minus 8 is negative 5, and 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Okay, they're both negative exponents. It doesn't matter if there's only one that's a negative exponent. You still do it. So put it over 1. And I noticed that they're both negative exponents, so I'm going to box them all up, both of them up. And I'm going to bring it down to the bottom, all of it down. Again, do I have anything else on top that's not boxed? Nope, so it's 1 on top. And then it goes m, now it's a positive, 5, and n squared. It's a little different. We're going to start with dividing the numbers. So I can reduce. 3 goes into 3 one time, and 3 goes into 12 4 times. So 4 is on top. Let me bring it back to a blue. So I have 4m. What's that exponent on the top one that you need to know? That's a hidden 1. So you go 1 minus 7. So that equals 4m to the negative 6. Oh, there's a negative exponent, so I have to put it over 1. Now, the negative 6 goes with what number or variable? The 4, the m, or both? Well, there's no parentheses around it, so it goes with the one it's completely attached to, and that's just the m. So you would go 4. Oh, and that means you bring it down to the bottom. So what's left up on top of 4 is? And on the bottom, you're now making it m to the positive 6. All right. All right, this example 4, you might have some negative exponents on this one because